Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share this layout that I have made for the COAPA Cutfiles Build a Cut File release. Unfortunately, I'm heartbroken because my camera, or rather my SD card, corrupted while I was transferring the footage from this video over to my computer, and it is completely dead. So there's no way to retrieve that footage. I actually lost 3 full videos. One of them I was able to, luckily I'd backed up, but the other 2 are completely gone. So that includes the footage from this layout. I'm very sorry that I can't share the process with you, but I thought I would just come on quickly and show you or talk through what I did. So this is going up on the 21st of February for me. For some people it will be the 20th because I'm in the future. Here in Australia and New Zealand, we're quite a few hours ahead of a lot of the world. But regardless, if you are seeing this, that means the new Build a Cut File release is in the Etsy shop. I'll leave the link in the description box below. There are a bunch of new cut files that are themed around building your own layout. So my cut file is Build a Breakfast. Each one of the design team picked a theme, and that was my theme because I have lots of photos of my family out at breakfast or making breakfast. I'm just going to quickly run through the other ones available here just so you guys know what is on offer, because there are some really cool cut files. So there's this one, which is Build a Breakfast. Then you have Build a Coffee Bar, which I'm definitely going to be using at some point. Build a Night Sky, which is amazing. Build a Salon. Build a Butterfly. Build a Community. Build a Farm. Build a First Aid Kit. Build a Floral Wreath. Build a Playground, which again, I am definitely going to be using. Build a Window Seat, which I may have actually taken photos specifically to use this cut file for. And that's it. So I will probably just put thumbnails up of those so you guys can have a look at those. There's so many cool ideas. I can't wait to use. I think all of them I have ideas for. So this is mine. This is Build a Breakfast. I used every single part of the Build a Cut File. The point of these is it comes with lots of little pieces, so you can use as many or as few as you feel like. I just went ahead and cut them all out in black cardstock. So you get this little milk carton, the little toaster, the little slices of toast, the teapot, and you have the juice cup or the boba cup, pancakes and croissant, little teacup, little egg in a cup, jam, plate of bacon and eggs, and the little coffee mug. So lots of cool ways to use this cut file. I actually already have a plan for just the pancakes for a layout, and there was something else I'm trying to think. I think maybe the croissant and like the teapot and the teacup will be really good for high tea. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I had a bunch of ideas. So I'm going to do another layout with the same collection and some of the bits and pieces for high tea that I went to, but there's just so many ways you can use these. I love the idea of these. There are already a few Build a Cut files in the shop, but these are specifically designed around the design team and what we wanted, which I think is just awesome. So I'm just going to talk through what I did. This is the Pebbles the Avenue collection. I used this blue polka dot background. The other side is like a really busy leafy floral. So I've cut all the cut files in black. I've backed them all just with bits and pieces from the collection. I just tried to keep the colors kind of varied. And then I've got my photos. I've got actually 3 photos, and I just kind of lined them up in this row. This is my little guy making pancakes. He was 6 at this point? No, I think he was only 5. And he was making me pancakes for Mother's Day. So I was standing here and helping, but he was pouring them in. He was flipping them. He was being really good, not touching anything hot. He did super well. I was really proud of him. So I think that's a really important skill to learn. So I just thought it was really sweet that he wanted to do that. So these are just kind of like close-up shots of his beautiful little face, and then a more zoomed out shot of him actually making the pancakes. I backed that on this bit of wood grain, which is the only paper that wasn't from this collection. I just added a piece of wood grain from my own stash. And then I've torn bits of the like cream butterfly pattern just to kind of make a barrier between the background and that strip of wood, help it stand out a little more. I love torn edges. Then I've added this is just white acrylic paint, dry brushed, so just a very little bit of paint on the brush, and then, so your brush is basically dry, and then brushing it over. And doing that, you get those really distinct brush strokes. So I really just wanted a very thin layer, and I wanted to be able to see those brush strokes because I really like the texture of that. So I did that there and there because I knew that was where most of my embellishments were going to go. So I haven't really followed any kind of rules of clusters or anything. I've just built I wanted to build a kind of just like a tablescape up the top here. So that's kind of why I use the wood grain to just kind of anchor this little like setup of breakfast items. I did another little cluster here. I wasn't planning on doing that, but those pieces just fit there really nicely. And then I wanted to build another little cluster or a little scene across the bottom here. So I have shifted this over to the left slightly because I have this cluster here. So originally I was just going to do across there and then straight across the bottom, but I just really like how that looks. So I've tried to balance that out. Then I added my title. It just says with love for mum. So these are from the collection. These aren't. These are just another, like a foam alpha, but they're in the same tone of gold as these puffies that came with the collection, which I really like. Then I just tucked in a little banner sticker here that says today we celebrate you. So that just filled in that gap really nicely and it's very appropriate. I have also gone in with some teeny tiny white acrylic paint splatters, not acrylic paint, acrylic ink, the Liquitex. So I just did those with a really small brush all the way around, pretty much everywhere around where I've done the white paint, and then just kind of around my clusters as well. What else did I do? I added a bunch of stickers from the Avenue sticker sheet. So this one. So there's a bunch of kind of home related items on here, but there's also a bunch of kind of like breakfast related items as well. So I did pull out this fresh from the oven little loaves of bread, and then this little bread loaf, a little wooden spoon, this lady drinking a cup of tea, which is perfect. She actually kind of looks like me. She's got brown hair and about the same length as mine. So I tucked her in there. I put this little teacup. It's full of florals, so I thought that was really appropriate to put next to the teapot, and it helped fill out that corner really nicely. I've also added this little bag of bagels down here, which is really sweet. I did just want to point out as well, if you have this collection, that there's a croissant and a little pot of jam and a little pot of honey on here that I was actually going to use, but I'm holding back because I want to save these for that high tea layout that I mentioned earlier that I'm planning on doing. So I really want to keep those. I think they'll be perfect for that. I also did consider this chopping board and thought about this, but it says let's bake, and that's not really what we're doing in the layout, so I left that off, and this just didn't quite fit, but I really do like that wooden chopping board. So that's those, and I also added some of these small word stickers in just to add another touch. You guys know I just like to keep adding until it looks like someone threw up craft supplies on the page. I also went through and added some of my little puppy hearts. So these are just a sheet of hearts that I got from eBay, I think, really cheap quite a while ago, and I find them kind of tough to use sometimes because the colors don't match a lot of collections, but the red and the yellow hearts actually match this layout really nicely. I have some pops of brighter yellow and I have quite a bit of pops of red around, so I've added one each of those in kind of like a triangular shape, and then I also drew in the third heart with my white Uniball Signo just to add a third heart. I really like doing that, and I think that is everything. I have not dated this and I haven't journaled on it. I don't know, I haven't made a place for it. There's nowhere that I really want to put it. So what I'm thinking is I have quite a few photos from this day, so I'm just going to include a pocket page in my album, which is what I often do. If I have a lot of photos from one day, I'll make a 2-page spread with my favorite photos, and then in between those 2 pages I will put a pocket page that includes all those extra photos, and then that gives me an opportunity to add a card with a date and lots of journaling, which I really like. Oh, I just wanted to say also, I really love these sweet little pieces of toast. They turned out so well. I just used this wood grain paper. I've used this so much. I've really got good bang for buck out of this 12 by 12 piece of wood grain pattern paper, but you can see in the background it's kind of darker in some spots and then lighter in others. So I went and used some of the dark spots to make the crust, and then I used some lighter wood grain to do the tops of the toast, and it looks like real toast. It turned out so well. I'm really pleased with it. So yeah, I love how this turned out. I'm really pleased with it. I'm so devastated that I lost the footage because I just love how it turned out. But anyway, I think I described pretty well to you guys what I did. There was a lot of shuffling around of the individual elements because I couldn't decide where I wanted to put everything, but I'm really happy with how everything landed in the end. I love this layout, so I really hope you enjoyed me talking about this for 10 minutes. Hopefully it wasn't too boring. I'm really sorry about not having a process video for you guys today, but you know, stuff happens and there isn't anything we can do about it sometimes. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, and I hope you enjoyed this layout. Don't forget to check the description box for the link to the Etsy shop and all those brand new builder cut files. Definitely go check them out because they're all super cool and I can't wait to see what you guys do with them. If you do make a layout with them, especially if you make one with my inspired cut file, please tag me on Instagram or on Facebook if you can. I'd love to see them. Anyway, I have to scoot now. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.